Good afternoon, ladies and gents. You're looking at City of London's oldest standing house. This survived the fire only because it was surrounded by the high walls of St Bartholomew's Priory, which is a church, obviously parish church now, but before old Henry VIII's time it was a great big priory that encompassed all this and the hospital and everything else. The church itself is closed today. There's a gravestone over here which is readable, and I've not done this one or covered this one before, so we shall have us a wee look. Here we go, yeah. In memory of Mrs. Mary Mitchell, wife of Samuel Mitchell of this parish, who departed this life the 5th of May 1806, aged 35 years. Likewise Susanna, daughter of the above, who departed this life 19th of August 1800, aged 4 months. Also Anne, daughter of the above, who died 16th of November 1808, aged 3 years and 6 months. And you've got also of the above Samuel Mitchell, who died 4th of August 1832, aged 66 years. Then you've got also Elizabeth Stevens Mitchell, widow of the above, so he obviously married again after his first wife died, who departed this life May the 9th, 1839, aged 62 years. Sorry, in the 62nd year of her age. So she was obviously, maiden name is Stevens, so Elizabeth Stevens, Samuel Mitchell and his first wife, so they're all buried together. A bit of a mini menage a trois there going on. Let's get off this muck and dirt. Got fairly decent trainers on, don't want to get him wrecked. There you're looking at the Rising Sun pub of body snatcher fame. It's right near St Bart's Hospital, and there's rumoured that some of the body snatchers used to hang around here and sell their bodies to the medical students in St Bart's Hospital. But yeah, this is the church of St Bartholomew the Great. As I say, it's closed today, but I've done what I needed to do in this area, so that's not too bad. This would have just been a little mini bonus, but not to fear. I'm going to take us on a little stroll from here through to St Paul's. But there are other gravestones over here, and some of them you can see the writing on. Not much, but this, like this one here, look, John Gillingwaite, son of, is that Benjamin? No. Abraham and Susanna Gillingwater. Oh no, G-I-L-I-N-G, well, Gillingwater. Oh, yeah, it's got an R on the end, Gillingwater. Died December the 21st, 1821, aged 6 months and 21 days. Also Mary Gillingwater, grandmother of the above, who died July the 16th, 1828, aged 60. Then you've got also Isaac Gillingwater, and the rest of it's all worn away from there. This one, the top inscription's completely worn away, but you've got also of Joseph Alfred Barker, who departed this life June something 1824 in the 17th year of his age. And this one you've got John Flukes, died November the 11th 1804, aged 42 years. Also of 6 grandchildren of the above. It goes on to name some of them, but quite a bit of it's worn away. You've got these ones over there, but they're worn. But yeah, this is the Priory Church of St Bartholomew's the Great. The hospital church is called St Bartholomew's the Less, and it has the distinction of being both a parish church and a chapel of ease to the hospital. And you've got the medieval Gatehouse, which you may have seen in photos before. Forgetting, of course not forgetting, William Wallace. This plaque was, it commemorates the funeral service held in the church for Sir William Wallace on the 700th anniversary of his execution at Smithfield Elms on the 23rd of August 1305. Got a photo of that. But the main memorial, let's put it down here, I'll point you up actually. There we are. The main William Wallace Memorial is over here, which I shall show you now. These are just little elements like I like of the Gatehouse as well. I'll show you the Gatehouse before I show you the other William Wallace Memorial. This is the First World War Memorial, of course. God bless them, we owe these men and women as well that died and whatnot a very great debt, don't we? Right, stepping backwards because there's no one behind me here, so hopefully I can't knock anything or anyone over. And there you got the old St Bart's medieval Gatehouse. There's rumours, and just probably old wives' tales, that Queen Mary, Bloody Mary, used to sit in the window there and watch the heretics being burned at Smithfield, but whether that's true or not, I don't know. There's a lot of wives' tales around London and monarchs and all sorts. But yeah, here's the main William Wallace Memorial here. I'll show you this and then we are off towards St Paul's. Scottish Patriot. Yeah, it was wicked what they did in those days. It was a wicked age, wasn't it? And as you can see, he's got the thistles for Scotland and the white and blue ribbon. May he rest in peace, poor fella. And over there, in the Rotunda Gardens area of Smithfield, is roughly where the execution site was. We're looking at Smithfield Meat Market now, which is all soon to move in the next few years or so, I'm told. Another little emblem of London gone. Oh shit, nearly fell over then. Yeah, the Gatehouse is one of my favourite things. I like that. I may have to point you down at the floor occasionally, but it shouldn't be too bad. Right, off we go on our tour. That's the 3 o'clock bell of St Bartholomew the Great. Just going to pause you a sec while I tighten my scarf up, I'm freezing. Here we are. God, it's turned really cold again. Apparently we're due more snow. So that'll be nice, won't it? He says sarcastically. Person that hates summer with an absolute vengeance. Is anyone behind me? No. Give you a little view of where we've just gone from. I don't know if anyone enjoys these little on-foot tours. I hope you do. If not, then let me know. I won't be offended. So I know what kind of content to do and whatnot. And I'm taking us to a particular area, or particular thing, or item rather. It was in a different area. I'm taking us to a particular thing, and I'm going to link the image on at the end of it, because I absolutely love it. And it's a link to somewhere we went the other day, and to another historical Londoner. So yeah. We're walking past the hospital of St Bartholomew's. That's where, through there, I opened up a smidge earlier. It won't happen again, so don't get used to it. All's well that ends well, as they say in that case. Either not, I wish to repeat any of the experiences that got me here, but here we are. Anyways. We are entering Little Britain, and we could go onto Monteagle Street or straight onto Little Britain, which is where we're going. The curve round here. I hope you guys and girls enjoy these little tours. Let's point you up a minute because someone's coming along. And you'll be seeing St Paul's Cathedral in a sec. There we are. Let that lady go by. I don't like pointing the phone at people. It's not right, it's not civil. And it is a intolerable intrusion upon a person's privacy. And we're going to be coming up to Postman's Park in a minute. If we jump on this bus, it would take us down to Bow Church, which is not Bow in Stratford, St Mary le Bow. Many people think that being born within the sound of Bow bells is the Bow near Stratford that makes you a Cockney. It's not. It's the St Mary le Bow in the city of London here. Over we go. Oh God, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to check my shoes. I don't know if you spotted that on the floor, but it wasn't a chocolate ice cream, put it that way, which I at first thought it was. I could smell that. I'm glad I didn't tread in any of that. Postman's Park. Very empty today. We'll have a little quick walk round and then we shall carry on with our tour. 11 minutes, it's not bad. Here we are. Oh. The Church of St Bartholomew without Aldersgate. And behind that is the, in my opinion, revolting edifice of the Barbican, 1960s brutalist structure. And brutalist is the word for it, because quite brutal on my eye anyway. Take a snap. Oh, look, well, we'll go here now because it's very empty today. This is, even last time I came and did this one, there was one person on it. I've never seen this with no people at all. This is the G.F. Watts Memorial to Heroic Self-Sacrifice, ladies and gents, which you may have seen before in one of my videos. Each of the people mentioned on here, pause to read or take screenshots by the way, each of the people on here gave their lives in, of course, an act of heroic self-sacrifice. George Lee, I've got Lees in my family, but not from Clerkenwell. My lot were from Barking, and they moved from there to, or Barking side, then they moved from there to Bromley by Bow, Stepney and whatnot for work in London when the Industrial Revolution started. Left a lovely little village, but they had to. And it's easy for us to stand here and say, what on earth did they leave that place for? Because there was no work, and they were hungry and poor and needed the money. Oh, shut hell. That's dangerous. I nearly fell over that. Good God. Put that out of the way. Some old boy or girl comes along. Be arsed over tit. Sorry, I sound so cold. So I ain't apologising. I am common. Like it or not, it's what you got. As I've said before, I put on no airs and graces. There's a little pond over here. It's very nice. I'll zoom in because there's a homeless guy sitting on that bench there. Right, and off we go, back on our little perambulation. I did a tour of this churchyard before, but there are all gravestones in there, and at the end of the memorial to heroic self-sacrifice there was a load. I do stop and catch some occasionally, like the ones in St Bart, that one in St Bart's that I hadn't seen before, because my page is all about London and historic London particularly, and they are historic Londoners. They may not be with us anymore, but they were living, breathing people like you and me. And the fact that they had gravestones and were mentioned in such a way is a testament that they were once loved by someone. Christchurch, Newgate Street. Take a snap of that. Yeah, it's turning quite cold again. And we're going to cross over the road. I'll point you up rather than pointing you down at the floor. There we go. This is the man here who invented the penny post, the uniform penny post. Postage stamps and all that kind of thing, like what we... modern postage system that we know today, really, was invented by this man. And bless his little cottons, I can never remember his name. Rowland Hill. He founded uniform penny postage in 1840. And there he is up there, Rowland Hill. So we'll take a little snapshot of that. And a snapshot of Rowland Hill. Yep. Just going to pause you a sec. It's not the prettiest sight in the world with the traffic light there. We'll get the traffic light out the way. Yeah, that's better. Slightly anyway. There we go. Old St Paul's Cathedral. Oh, not old. There was one there before that, and all our old past Londoners called this one that we look at New St Paul's Cathedral, although it is very old to us. And this was the General Post Office here anyway, which is why the statue of Rowland Hill is there. And I want to get a snapshot of this one for a post I will be doing eventually. Like I went round for several months recording church bells as they went off. This is Christchurch, Greyfriars, by the way, bombed in the war. First one burned in the fire. Second one, well, the one that burned in the fire was replaced with this Wren structure, which was then destroyed in World War II. But part of it's a dental surgery now. I need to, and I keep saying it, because apparently one of my friends, history friends, said to me, oh, they're really nice people. If you drop a letter through, they let you in there and have a look around. So I will do that, because it will be something interesting. I bet you get a pretty good view. I've seen lights on up there as well, but that's not the dental surgery bit. And there is its graveyard through there. Over there, there's barely any stones, but yeah, this would once have been the entrance into the church with Nathaniel Howes, Esquire, historical past Londoners. I'm going to get a couple of snapshots of these, because I've not done these ones before. That's in Latin, but I have got 2 Latin speakers on the page now, so sacred to those, spelt with an F, those virtuous, constant Christian tradesmen. St Marble perpetuates the memory of John Malcott, citizen and mason of London. And he died in 21st January 1776, aged 49 years, in memory of Mr. or Master, spelt with an F, but it looks like S's and F's, John Webb, the son of Daniel Webb, Esquire, of Audley Square, and grandson of Daniel Webb, Esquire, late treasurer of this hospital. Because the Christ was a Christ hospital as well. Before the NHS, you had lots of church-type hospitals and stuff. Died 9th of January 1795, aged 9 months. I think it's Marston, yeah, poor little kid. Let's take a picture of that. I can get the 2 of these in one. John Webb, Esquire, late of Sutton, in the county of Surrey, who departed this life October the 19th, 1830, aged 64 years, also a Maria, relict of the above, that means she was his widow. Relict of the above, John Webb, Esquire, who departed at Sutton, Surrey, 8th of September 1846, aged 75 years. And down here, Mr. John Perry, who was steward of this hospital 23 years. He died April the 21st, 1785, aged 62 years. Which seems fairly young to us, but that weren't a bad innings in those days for someone. Right. I'll get us to about 35 minutes if I can. Get it done in that. I know that a lot of my friends and page members have done these walks and stuff themselves, but some people haven't. And I've not done one of the on-foot tours for a little while. And with St Bartholomew the Great being closed, I like to provide some content, though I've got quite a bit on my phone, I must admit. But yeah, I'm not about Thursday. But Thursday is the 1 year anniversary of the page. So my filming, which fitted in better doing it today because today is a bank holiday. So where I did my filming was about the quietest I've ever seen it, which needed to be that way for a reason which you will find out when you watch the video. Unless you've watched that one already and then watch this afterwards. I don't know. There's giraffes there. At least it's quiet here today. The noise from that lot before was horrendous. Alright, here we go. It's a nice statue here which I like. I've snip-snapped this one a few times, but it doesn't hurt. Christ's Hospital, founded near this site by King Edward VI, that's the son of Henry VIII, in 1552, to house, feed and educate needy children. And what they don't tell you on the plaque is that had to happen because he closed so many priories and nunneries and monasteries down, which were the hospitals in those days. All the infirmaries were in the abbeys and priories and stuff like that. So this had to be done because people were literally dying on the street like dogs. Yeah, incorporating the Royal Mathematical School, founded by King Charles II in 1673. The school was moved to Horsham, West Sussex in 1902, where its historic mission continues. And this was sculpted by Andrew F. Brown. Just try and get that and a bit of modern London in with it. Over here, this structure there is what's left of a little forgotten piece of wartime history. It was a underground bunker for electrics, that power station. In case the power stations got hit, they needed a command centre, and it was here. It was a disused train station, it was, and then they turned it into basically a base station for power stations, because West Ham Power Station got hit. I'm not sure if Battersea did or not, but yeah. But nowadays it's all capped off and everything. Not much left from the original stuff. It's going to pause you a sec. Just while we crossed over at road. And that's it, we're done at Christchurch, Greyfriars now, and we're on to St Paul's. And that should get us to about 30 minutes. Well, at least it's nice and quiet today. It's about the quietest I've ever seen it, actually. Point you up. Look, there's St Paul's Cathedral. Or the dome thereof. You can go to actual church services in the cathedral at 5 o'clock in the evening. Evensong. You cannot film, record or photograph though, which is understandable enough. It is a place of worship. But it would be a lovely thing to capture and share, obviously, because I've got people on this page who are housebound. They're never going to be able to get to do things like that, so I may try something one day, covert filming or whatnot. Not today. Right. Oh wait, 24, yeah, we've got 5 minutes left. This is excellent. Sorry for having to point you up, but there are a lot of people about and some kids. But this looks nice, Christmassy. The statue that we're looking at there is called Paternoster. And we are in Paternoster Square, which is very fitting. They're packing the Christmas village away, which if you look back through my page around about Christmas time, just before Christmas time, you will see. And this statue, or over here, is called the Wild Table of Love. And it's all different wild endangered animals that we stand to lose if nothing's done about it, kind of thing. Let's point you up a minute. And there we are, St Paul's Cathedral. And that's the Wild Table of Love, just while that bloke's got his back turned quickly. And the kid had its head turned, that's the most important thing. You've got St Paul's Cathedral. And what I wanted to take us to was Temple Bar Gate, which one would assume is in Temple Bar. But no, it was moved here when all the mass restructuring of the Temple Bar area was done, where all the lawyers and everything used to be. This gate, which is a Wren structure, a Sir Christopher Wren structure, was moved here. Wow, look at the queue to get into the church service. I'm definitely not going in there today. I hate crowds with a passion. But yeah, let's wait for this dude to go who's on his phone. Good God. This is this is Temple Bar Gate. I'll walk us through it. And I still haven't discovered. There is a room up there, and it's bugging the life out of me. I still haven't discovered how you get into that room. And you know, not that I'll ever get to go in here, I should imagine, but it just really bugs me. How do you get in there? But yeah, this is St Paul's Cathedral, of course. Let's take a little snap of that, and a little snap of that. A little snap here and a little snap there. Snap, 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 snap. So I'm just going to pause you a sec. Here we are, Temple Bar Gate. I'm just waiting for someone to come out of the way. And this leads us onto a little piece of history that we can kind of stand in the footsteps in. And that's what you're going to see now, which is an image of Dr. Samuel Johnson at Temple Bar Gate, where it was originally. But yeah, that's going to be the next part of this. So I hope you all enjoyed the little walk and the tour, guys and girls. If you did, please give it a like and a share. Now, back into the past.